There's going to be 10 parts to making the handles. You guys did the pre-test yesterday, which probably didn't make a lot of sense. So on here for this, it says first get soft clay from the pug mill. You can either get it from the pug mill or get fresh clay out of the bag. Most of the clay that's coming out of the bag is going to be in pretty good shape for doing the execution of the handles. Excuse me. So you don't need a really large checker clay to do the handles. This is a little bit bigger than like a golf ball, but not as big as a racquetball size piece of clay. You want to have your hands fairly dry to do this. I just finished throwing, so I have a little bit of slip on my hands, but it's not enough that's going to keep this from working. So first I'm trying to roll this into kind of a carrot shape. Hey guys, I need you to pay attention to this. This is going to be very important for what we're going to be working on. So like I said, I'm trying to roll this into a carrot shape. Hands being a little slimy is making this a little bit more of a challenge. There we go, now it's starting to go. So you're going to start to form it out like this. Okay, next thing you're going to want to do is have water available to be able to pull down on your handle here. Get this started. So we got the carrot shape, got my water ready. I'm going to hold it like this, finger and thumb across the top. I'm going to pull down through this to start it using my finger and thumb to get the overall shape started like this. So now I'm going to get my hands wet, again finger and thumb on the top and then on the sides, and pulling down through this. It's going to start to pull the shape out. So I have it at this point. Okay. We're going to try to make this thin enough so that it'll be easier to grasp a hold of. You want it to be about the thickness of the actual mug that you're forming. So right now this would be too thick. So I'm going to keep working this and pulling this through and trying to thin out this form. This is going to take a lot of practice to be able to get handles that you're going to be happy with by using this technique. It's a lot like working on the potter's wheel. The first couple times you do it, it's going to want to go all different directions until you learn how to control on getting the clay to go exactly where you want it to go. But this is getting to be close to the thickness of the actual mug shape. Yeah, it's going to be close to it, especially through here, through the middle. So at this point, I would take a tool. You can take a wire tool, you can take a needle tool, and I'm going to cut this off at an angle like this, so it's angled back. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing that later on when I go to attach this on, this part here that I have right here in my hand, this is the part that's going to be connected. This is going to be slip and scored on, and you want to put it underneath where you want it to go. It needs to be slipped and scored on. This part's going to be worked onto the mug form. Your clay here is going to have to be leather hard. I know that this is bisque. This isn't going to stay on here permanently, but I'm doing this so you can see on how to actually connect this on. I'm working it from down here underneath and smoothing it on. I need the slip and score right here to be able to attach it on, and I'd push this up into place. This would have to be slip and scored on the back of here and underneath here. There's slip on the form from actually forming the handle. I'd push this into place, and then I can touch it from up underneath here to get the form correct on being able to get the right shape. So you don't want to touch it too much. So basically on our steps though, the first was to get the soft clay from the pug mill. Second one was to create the carrot shape. Third was to take the carrot shape and hold it from the top. Fourth was using your finger and your thumb pulling down across to be able to thin it out. You're going to do that then on all four sides, repeating it. That's step number 5. Number 6 is basically bending and getting the handle pre-shaped. And probably before you put it directly on your form, you'll want to make sure that your mug is leather hard, like I said. Some of you might feel more comfortable by making that shape and letting it sit and let it get to the point where it's suede, where it's not quite as sticky as this. This was really fresh to the point where I had slip all over it. There's a stage between leather hard, and plastic, it's considered to be suede, where you can touch the clay. It has a little bit of give to it, but it's not really sticky. That's another good stage for putting the handles on, other than doing it directly like what I just did with this being so fresh. They're kind of hard to control when it's this wet. I was doing this process though to show you how to be able to actually put it onto a form directly. You want to basically, how I measured and cut that end off to make sure that I actually had that so it'd be slip and scored and attached on. So you want to make sure you do that. And like I just said, for slipping and scoring, that's number 9. And 10 is then carefully connecting and putting the handle on. The sheet is located up here on the door if you need to look at that for the steps though, but you do need the steps to know how to put on the handle.
Greenhouse 5, can we see John Curry in the student office?